Starts with Arsenal, and Dharmesh Sheth is here at the Sky Pad with more. Dharmesh.
Rob, thank you very much indeed. Good morning. 5 days to go, and Arsenal are on the verge of two big signings. We are told a deal has been agreed with Deportivo La Coruña for striker Lucas Perez. The release clause is £17.1 million, and the Spanish club have withdrawn him from the squad for tonight's game at Sevilla. And Arsenal, they are about to strengthen in their defence as well. They've been negotiating all window long, it seems, with Valencia for Shkodran Mustafi. Only last week, Valencia were adamant he was staying, but now a fee of around £35 million is close to being agreed.
Working on the deals, we are not close enough to announce you today that they will sign for us. And will we sign anybody before the end of a transfer window? I'm 99% confident.
And transfer deadline day itself, do you expect it to actually go that far? Do you think you'll be busy on the day itself?
On the day, I think today maybe I'm a bit too optimistic, but I hope we'll have done what we wanted before.
Yeah, so with Mustafi on his way in, Wenger also indicated that Callum Chambers would be allowed to go out on loan to get more first-team opportunities away from the Emirates. Now, Arsenal's current spending is £36 million. Once Perez and Mustafi go through, their outlay will be the third highest in the league, only behind the two Manchester clubs.
So let's get more on one of those deals, and it is the Perez deal to Arsenal. Then here at the transfer zone, let's bring you all the stats and facts about this man then. He played all but two of Deportivo La Coruña's league games last season, making 35 starts in his 36 games. Perez enjoyed his best season to date. He scored 17 league goals, 8 assists in there. Perez also equalled 22-year Deportivo La Coruña record last season by scoring in 7 successive league games, a feat only previously achieved by the Brazilian forward Bebeto. Let's take a look at our database to see how Perez could work alongside Olivier Giroud, and it seems like the two could complement each other. Whilst Perez scores highly, as you can see, for dribbling and crossing, he's low on heading, but that's where his potential future strike partner Giroud excels, scoring 18 out of 20, as you can see, for his heading down there. The pair are similarly quick, with Giroud the better finisher of the two. Well, Perez scored 17 goals in La Liga last season and started this campaign in the same vein. He won a penalty with 3 minutes remaining in Deportivo La Coruña's opening fixture against Eibar, and scored it to give his side a 2-1 win. So Lucas Perez is averaging almost a goal in every other game in La Liga last season. I wonder, though, Nigel, how difficult is it to judge if strikers can make the transition to the Premier League? We've seen it go wrong before, haven't we? Roberto Soldado scored 24 in 46 for Valencia, only scoring 7 times in 2 seasons for Spurs in the Premier. Let's ask Danny that one, shall we? Because you know what it's like to defend against some of these players as well. So how difficult is it?
I think the transition from the different leagues is very, very tough. You know, I think when you look at the situation where players coming from, not so much the Bundesliga, but if they're coming from La Liga, if they're coming from Italy, don't get me wrong, you get players that come over and it clicks straight away. But because the pace is completely different, sometimes it will take a while for them to adjust. Whereas the Bundesliga, you know, sometimes you get players come over from there and they do very well because the pace is very similar. So it will take a little bit of time, but I'm interested myself to see what position he's actually going to play in when he does come to Arsenal, because I personally don't think he's going to be playing as a centre forward.
Where do you think he'll play then?
I think he'll probably play in one of the wide areas. You know, that's what I think, and I think Giroud will be up front, and he will play. He's a converted winger, so I just don't see him being the type of player that Wenger will want through the middle. I think you're going to see him either side, one of the sides of Giroud.
Haven't they got that covered?
I think what Arsenal fans will be looking at is what position he plays regular. I mean, I know we're talking about Theo Walcott, but Theo Walcott had a poor end to last season. I think he's got a different attitude again this season, but he's already saying from one season where he wanted to play up front, he's now saying he wants to play out in the wide right area. I think the area that Arsenal are short, yes, you can look at the centre forward, but you can look at the wide right positions as well. We always look, people say, yeah, but what about Oxlade-Chamberlain? But, you know, we're talking about, can he stay fit as well? If he stays fit, that's another bonus. He can play left or right. I agree with Danny. I think he may start on the right-hand side. That will take the pressure off him in terms of being a prolific goal scorer. Then I think the options will be, if Arsene Wenger wants to switch it up or wants to leave Giroud out of the team, he can put him in at centre forward as another option and then bring one of the other guys into the team.
We heard Damesh speaking there that actually if they made these two purchases, Danny, they would jump up to the third highest spenders in the Premier League. How much will that appease Arsenal fans?
I think it's what's gone on in the past. I think, you know, yes, they will be in the transfer window. You know, they'll be, like you say, third. But I think if you look at it overall over recent seasons, yes, they've brought in, you know, Sanchez and an Ozil and players like that. But as in terms of constant spend, is it the positions that they need filling? Don't get me wrong. In the past, the spine of that team, of the Arsenal team, has been phenomenal. And sometimes it's very difficult to replace them players, but they've not even been replaced with like for like. And I just think that Arsene Wenger, I think the best way to put it is that he likes attractive players in terms of how they play. I don't think he wants the other side, you know, the ones that are prepared to dig in to allow them to do it. And that's why I think Arsenal last season were a team that were probably one of the teams most vulnerable on the counter-attack when they were actually on the attack themselves. And that for me has still not been addressed. I think Xhaka has come in, but for me I still don't see him as that defensive midfielder that's going to look after your two centre-backs, no problem.